Hi, I'm Edward Grinnan, Editor-in-Chief of Guideposts, with the mysterious ways from Susan McCormick in Schenectady, New York. We've all had them, those inexplicable experiences that are more than just luck, more than mere coincidence. Here at Guideposts, we call them mysterious ways. Susan McCormick grew closer to her Aunt Helena in the last years of her aunt's life. She lived in South Carolina and Susan lived in upstate New York, but their calls and letters strengthened their bond. Each letter shared a memory. The carefree days Susan had stayed with her aunt when she was younger, going bowling with her cousins, her aunt's stories about growing up with Susan's mom during the Great Depression. Seeing an envelope with her aunt's unmistakable handwriting on it excited her. It meant learning something new or remembering something forgotten. Then Aunt Helena died. If only I could have received one last message, Susan thought. Aunt Helena's funeral was in Massachusetts, where she'd lived most of her life. Susan got up early to make the drive. From the second she woke up, she had a feeling she couldn't shake. I need to read something at her service. But what? It didn't take long for her to come up with Psalm 23. Susan got dressed, put on makeup, and got ready to leave. But when she passed the cabinet where she kept family mementos, something stopped her. What about that poem Mom gave me? Years ago, her mother had given her a copy of the poem, "Do Not Stand at My Grave and Weep." It had moved Susan. Maybe her cousins would be comforted by it too. She took the poem from the cabinet, folded it up, and dropped it in her purse. Arriving at the church, Susan told the pastor she'd like to read Psalm 23 for her aunt. "I'm sorry," he said, "but someone else is reading it. Can you read anything else?" "The poem." After the service, Susan's cousins thanked her for reading it. A few weeks later, Susan received a card from one of her cousins. "I was going through Mom's personal effects," he wrote, "and I found this." Tucked inside was a piece of paper. Susan opened it. It was the poem she'd read at her aunt's service. There was a sentence written across the top in Aunt Helena's unmistakable script. "I want this poem read at my funeral." Her aunt's last message had been delivered.